Hey, you! I need you to hit the subscribe button below.
T.2, turn that thing up.
Shalom, what's that, Christ bless?
Shalom, shalom.
You are tuned in to the Natives Hour, home of the 10 tribes. I'm kind of get it to my right.
I'm Uriel.
All praise to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Yeah. They caught us laughing at Omar over there. What's his name again? Omar. All praise to him. Big up for the IT team. Big up. hey, turn the mics up a little bit, please.
Pagwan brethren, y'all
Wagwan.
cool and crisp.
Wagwan.
Yeah, Irie.
Yeah, Irie, brethren. All praise to the Most High. All right, y'all. So we gonna continue from last week's show because we got a lot to say, man. We got a lot to say, and we gonna what did it say? Beat a dead horse. This horse is living.
Right.
We beating a living horse.
Right,
Why?
for
Because
real.
it's still going on. They ain't repented from it. They ain't giving no what they call it, no reparations for it.
Right.
They ain't did nothing to give back to the so-called Native American community that been through these atrocities.
Healing process has never started.
Hey, y'all know I just seen this in the news about the Asian dude that shot the pull that up real quick. Pull that up real quick.
Yeah.
Pull that up.
And he got off with nothing.
Because let it been a black man
Oh, yeah.
that shot an Asian kid.
It would
Oh!
have been over.
Oh, Jesus.
It's crazy, man.
Pull it up real quick. Bro, he got out on a $10,000 bond.
Yeah.
You know what that means? That's $1,000 he had to pay to get the hell out of jail for attempted murder.
That's crazy.
10% of 10,000, what? 1,000, right? Yeah. So yeah, all they had to pay was 10%.
Yep.
$1,000. What did it say? $10,000 bond.
Yeah, that's
That means all you had to pay was $1,000 to get out.
Man.
Pull that up, bro. Pull that up because this is stuff we going through. This is the stuff that we are going through. Let's go. Come on.
Angry neighbor shoots 6-year-old boy in the arm for getting his bike from his yard.
For getting his
Wow.
bike from his yard.
Wow.
Wait.
That's crazy.
Wait a
man.
minute. I want you to understand something, right? I want you to understand something. You look out the window. You hear something in your yard. Hell going on. You hear some, let me grab my gun. And you see a 6-year-old boy. Something don't tell you to not pull the trigger because he's a 6-year-old boy.
And it's not like it was dark it wasn't like it was at night.
Yeah.
It was broad day.
Broad day.
Broad daylight.
6-year-old little boy.
man.
This
Broad
ain't
daylight.
now. Didn't they say what's the new thing they got going on with the Asians? Stop Asian hate.
Right.
Stop Asian hate.
The hell is this?
But what about black hate? What about Hispanic hate? What about Native American hate?
Bring it out.
There's never been a campaign to stop black hate.
Right.
There's never been a campaign to stop Hispanic hate.
But you know, it's a campaign out here just to let everybody know that Black Lives.
Yeah.
Right? You got a campaign just to let everybody know that your life matters.
Right.
That's that. You don't see nothing wrong with that.
Bro, they made laws. Hey, what's the law they made for Asians? Yeah, they passed a bill. You can't, basically it's like discrimination or something like that. Something they passed. But I just want to throw that. I ain't gonna touch on it because I know FCN probably gonna get it in on that.
Right. Yeah.
So I ain't
Yeah.
gonna touch on that. I just want to briefly push that over there.
Acknowledge a little.
Yeah. I want to briefly
Acknowledge
let
that.
y'all know that this world hates our guts, man. They don't care nothing about you. And the judge let this man go off a $1,000 bond.
That should be.
The hell is this?
This man could have killed. This man damn near killed a 6-year-old for getting their bike
Come on now, dog.
out of his yard. What is his bike doing in his yard? That's my question. What his bike was doing in this Asian yard? See, they talk about Asian hate, but when you go to Asia, They hate black folks over there.
Think God is not going to hold you guilty for that?
They hate black folks over there. Treat them like dogs. They still got slaves. They treat Negroes like slaves over there.
And you know what's crazy? With all that's going on, even the black community hearing that little boy damn near got killed, you still gonna have women going to go get head.
Of course.
Hell no.
Yeah.
You still gonna have women that's gonna line up in their shop.
Hell, his family still that kid's family still gonna go to Asian shops.
Still gonna go to Wong Fu Shang to go get some noodles.
You niggas are crazy.
Now, like I said, that would have been a black man that shot a 6-year-old Asian kid. Oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah.
Do you understand that what would have happened?
It'd have been crazy.
This man went with the prison, man, for attempted murder. He will still be in jail right now, awaiting trial. They would not let him go, bro. He'd have been on a no bond allowed. The judge wouldn't grant him a bond, or they would have granted him a bond so high he can't pay. This Asian man gonna come back home and take your ass back to China. Watch.
Right.
Right. He gonna leave the country. He gonna sell all his 10 Wu Wong shops.
He got so many damn family members out here. He leave it at one of them.
All right, man. So we gonna move on. We're gonna move on. But the Asians are the devil too. Matter of fact, let's get there real quick. Give me that in Psalms 83. Asians are the damn devil too, just like the white man.
That's right.
You can't. I'm gonna tell you, you ain't exempt from the bloodshed of God's people. For real, you are not exempt from it. Just because yours happened. See what they did to us happened a while ago.
Yep.
That we know of. But it's still happening today. They still killing us. They still calling us niggas. They still discriminating. Hell, they beating our women's asses right in front of the damn salons.
Yep. Damn.
Drag a sister down the street, whoop her ass.
Yep.
And the next day, they put all their weaves on 50% off, and it's a line behind the damn door.
Stop it.
And we still
Get some
lining their
help.
pockets.
Go to Psalms 83. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Read.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Be not still, O God. React. That's what David's praying for. We pray that the Lord react. Read.
For lo, thine enemies.
Thine enemies. God has enemies. The Lord God of Israel has enemies. Read.
Make a tumult.
Come on.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate God.
Have lift up the head.
They're very prideful. Right. They that hate God is very prideful. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Go ahead.
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from
Let us do what?
Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
So you got to understand how great the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are. You got to understand that. When you have a multi-billion-dollar what do you call it, genealogies,
right?
Who got endless amount of money, who got all the power in the world. They have military might. They have economical might.
Yep.
They have power outside of this world. They're scared that you know who you are.
Right.
They say, you know what, we all got to come together and cut these people off.
Yep.
That lets you know how powerful you are. That lets you know how powerful you are.
For real.
We ain't got no economical might. We ain't got no military might. We don't own nothing. We the lowest on the totem pole, the bottom of the map. We are the tail and they are the head.
Right.
But for some reason, when we learn who we are and wake up, it poses the greatest threat to humanity.
Right. I was just gonna say, you know, the nukes, they try to come with peace treaties. They try to come with all kind of laws for nukes and regulations and stuff.
Right.
But when it comes to knowing who you are, they all come together on one accord. To stop you from knowing that.
Now you gotta ask yourself, why? Why the hell? And why the hell is these big countries, powerful countries, trying to stop one thing from happening?
Bring it out.
That lets you know that you are greater than what they tell you are.
That's right.
You are great. All right. Read on.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation. Come on.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of what?
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel, come on.
May be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel, the name of Judah, the name of Benjamin, the name of Levi, the name of Ephraim, Naphtali, Gad, Reuben, Simeon, Asher, Zebulun,
Right.
the name of
Reuben,
Simeon, the
right.
name of Manasseh, the name of Reuben.
Yep.
All those names will be cut off. Read.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Go ahead.
They are confederate against thee.
They are all together against the Israelites. They are all together. That's why wherever you go, you're going to catch hell. Young and old, wherever you go, you're going to catch hell. Read.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The white, see, that's how you know the Lord is a black man. The Lord got these dudes on a hit list from level 5 to level 1, but they all gonna get it. The first person on God's hit list is the white man. That's the first person on God's hit list. Read.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites, the Arabs, the second person on God's hit list. What's the next one?
Of Moab.
Of who?
Of Moab.
And God says, you Chinese, you damn
Got to get
China, you are the third person on God's hit
top
list.
3.
God calls you
Damn.
Moab. God calls you Moab. All right, we're gonna move on. Let's get to the video. We're gonna bring out the atrocities that happened to the so-called Native Indians. Why? Because we ain't gonna let this sleep. We ain't gonna let this die down, because that's what the white man want.
Yep.
He wanted to come out and say sorry, and then for everybody to just forget about it.
Bring it out. Sleep.
It don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that. We gonna beat a living horse, because that's what it is. It's living. The racism is living. The hate is living.
Right.
The murder is living.
Bring it out.
All of it is still living, so we ain't beating a dead horse. We beating the living one. Let's get to the video.
But our biggest battle was to.
For those that don't know, we brought this out last week, but we're going to continue this. Canada's Dark Secret featured documentaries, all right? This is talking about Canada with their boarding schools in which they forced and kidnapped so-called Native American children, stole them out of the arms of their mothers and fathers,
Right.
took them to boarding schools, and tried to kill the Indian but save the man.
And which in those boarding schools they had to fight for their life.
They had to fight for their life.
It just wasn't. It wasn't a regular school. You go to
Right.
school and you learn.
Right. Nah. If it was a regular school, they wouldn't have found 215 dead bodies underneath the school.
Right.
Come on, man.
It wouldn't be labeled the surviving of
Right.
such
Right.
and such school.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
The surviving victim.
right. Like,
That's like war.
Right.
That's
went
like
to
war.
war.
You, like, damn, bro, you survived Iraq. You survived
real.
them. You survived the Vietnam War.
Right.
Our brothers and sisters survived a boarding school, letting you know what was going on in there. War. Let's go.
Our lives are shrouded in secrecy. No one could know what we all collectively knew, that kids were being raped and molested in large numbers, sodomized by beasts. No one could know. No one would ever know. Sodom and Gomorrah had to be a nicer place, so we tried to escape. A carnal sin, what irony. Those caught were ferociously and relentlessly beaten with the leather machinery belts carried by all the staff, including the principal, the cannon. Beaten until their screams echoed out to the yards and in among the barns, down the laneway and up the city streets. Beaten until there was silence. That was the scariest. Despite this, we ran away. I believe each of us tried to at least once to escape that boy's prison, the hellish place with demons all about.
But he called the school prison with
Yep.
demons all about.
Yep.
He called the school prison. He said he said all of us wanted to escape that prison with demons all about. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's open. There's the boilers. At that far end is where I got molested time and time again. Day after day. Boy, did I ever wish somebody would come by or somebody would miss me somehow. And nobody ever came. And I just came out of there feeling so dirty, rotten, low, as you can imagine. And I thought every kid out there knew that I had what happened to me.
He's not talking about being molested by no. He's talking about being touched by men. That's why he was talking about Sodom and Gomorrah earlier.
But Christian men.
Right. There you go.
Christian men. Because remember, these boarding schools were found by Christians.
Right. And it's talking about, bro,
Think God
those
is not
demons
gonna hold
around
you
there that you
guilty
talking
for that?
about, man, that's spiritual. That's spiritual. They messed them up spiritually, man. Go ahead.
I think it all happened to them because none ever bothered me. None ever asked me what happened in there. I think we all got it at one point or other. But it is a nasty, dirty place. But here's where I got molested right here. I remember standing against this wall there, and he had his way with me. And I was just about that high. It's the time in my life when I felt so dirty and so all alone. When he had me down in the boiler room and he took my clothes off. And I was just standing there, a little guy, just disgusted at what he was doing.
In 1922, a public official, Dr. Peter Bryce, was commissioned to study the health conditions in Canada's residential schools. He discovered that between 14% and 24% of students had died. The rate was much higher for toddlers.
Dang. That's
Much
crazy.
higher means above 24% of toddlers died.
Yep. They had a lot of toddlers there.
They had a lot of toddlers. Because they were stealing kids from their parents.
What?
That's some crazy stuff, man. Hey, but one thing the brother said that the dude, the white Christian man, took him in a boiler. And you see when he clicked that button,
Right.
the noise,
Yep.
he couldn't hear him. Can't nobody hear you back there. You click that button and the noise come on.
Right.
We could barely hear him, and the camera's right in front of him.
It's crazy.
You can't hear him.
Right.
So you screaming. Can't nobody hear you,
Right.
man. They took you all the way in the basement in the boiler, turned the boiler on, and then raped you.
Come on, man.
That's some
crazy.
evil stuff.
It's over.
That's some evil, evil stuff,
Yeah,
man.
man.
The hell is this?
The guy was like, I would hope somebody walked by. I hope
Yeah.
somebody missed me. Or
Nope.
something.
And nothing. And then he said, that's how I know it happened to everybody.
I hate it
Because
here.
nobody ever asked me a question.
Right.
That means they all know, like,
Right.
oh, that's happened to you too. They all know because of you be like, man, what's wrong with you?
Right.
What's going on, man?
Acting different.
Yeah, what's up?
You look funny.
Hey, what be like,
Where you been?
where you been?
Right. Where you been?
But
You been
they
missing
all
for
know.
hours.
They all know. Hey, he went down to the boiler. He been missing for a while. Yep.
Yeah, we know what happened to
They
him.
all know. They all know. Go back. Today, it is believed at least 6,000 children perished at Canada's residential schools. Some estimate that the total casualties could be 3 times that number.
It's crazy. And all they found was 250.
All they found was 250.
Halfway.
That's crazy.
That's all they found, bro. That's
That's
not even a
crazy.
smidgen.
That's crazy.
That's like 1%, bro. They didn't find a
So-
smidgen.
So they said 3 times 6,000 a number. So that's
That's
18,000.
18,000. all
18,000.
Damn.
Right.
And you know,
It
the
could
white
be more
man
than
say that it's millions.
Right. You might as well times that.
Yeah,
by 3.
time that by 4 million. For real. Hey, get that in Ezekiel. Hey, you know what's crazy? Hey, you know what I was thinking about? You just said it. This is why the so-called Native American Indians hate the Bible.
Right. Right. They don't care.
They don't want to hear nothing that Bible. Bro, you go to them and you say, yep, the white man's a devil. Yep.
Yeah, right.
The white man's oppressor. Yep.
Right.
This your land. Yep. You the Israelites. Sounds good. Yeah, here, read the Bible. No.
Right.
Come on, man.
Yep. I want nothing to do with that Bible.
For real.
I want nothing to do with that Bible. But little do you know that the Bible is actually your history book.
Right.
This Bible belongs to you.
Yep.
But your oppressor, just like they stole your land, stole your book.
Right.
Bring it out.
It's not far-fetched.
Yep.
They stole everything. And they took this Bible and told you it was theirs, just like they did the land.
Yep.
Just like they did the traditions. Just like they
Amazing.
did your language, took your language, destroyed it, destroyed your image,
Right.
destroyed your land, destroyed your crops, destroyed your animals, and they destroyed your book, your history book, the Bible. All of this belongs to the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
Get Ezekiel 35.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, and verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying,
Go ahead.
Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
Mount Seir is the so-called white man. You read that in Genesis 36 and 8. Mount Seir represents Edom, the so-called white man. Read.
And prophesy against it,
Come on.
and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir,
Oh, white man.
I am against thee.
The Lord is against. See, that's what y'all got to understand something. The Lord got our back, man. When we repent, come back to our nationality, the Lord has our back.
Bring it out.
The creator of heaven and earth is against the same people that hate us.
Right.
That's right.
Right. For real.
Is against the same people that stole our land, stole our customs, stole us from the west coast of Africa, stole us from Spain, took us from, scattered us throughout the whole four corners of the world. Those same people God hates. Read.
And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee.
The Lord said, I'm against you. Read.
And I will stretch out my hand against thee.
There is judgment coming to this man. There is judgment coming to all the nations
That's
that had a
right.
hand in our demise. It's judgment. Read.
And I will make thee most desolate.
The Lord said He's going to make Esau, Edom, most desolate. Desolate means no life.
Right.
Desolate means nothing there can live. Read.
I will lay thy cities waste,
Thy cities will be waste.
and thou shalt be desolate.
Watch this.
And thou shalt know that I am the
And
Lord.
thou shalt know that the black Messiah is God. Thou shalt know it. Read.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Perpetual means everlasting.
Right.
Never ceasing.
Unending. Right.
There you go.
Right.
Unending. Their hatred for us is never going to end, y'all.
Bring it out.
We think it's going to end because they're giving us stimulus checks, because they gave us reparations. We think it's going to end because now we can live next to white folks. We think it's going to end because now we can make $100,000 a year working.
Right.
We think it's going to end. Then when one day your ass get hit with racism, now you all bent out of shape because you thought that it was going to end. Read.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
The force of the sword. Read on.
In the time of their calamity.
Read.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
God says you shed the blood of innocent babies, innocent children. Didn't we just read that?
Yep.
We just read that. It says 6,000
Well,
times 3.
Right.
Toddlers, babies, man.
18,000.
Babies. Hey, go back to give me that law about the fatherless child again in Exodus 22. That's why I'm telling you, the Lord hate that, man. And these people think they're gonna get away with it. Ain't that something? 22 and what? Yeah, read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 22.
Read.
Bring it out.
Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child.
6,000 babies dead. Times 3, 18,000 dead on what they want to account for.
Right.
What?
Because when you check the records, when you check the records on file, I guarantee you 80% of those kids died.
Damn!
I guarantee you. 80% of those kids died. 90% of those kids were raped. Just like the brother who is, you could totally see his spirit is gone. His spirit is just demolished. You can see, you can hear in his voice. His spirit is gone. That's why he said he turned to alcohol. Liquor. This brother said he been raped numerous every day.
Think God is not going to hold you guilty for that?
Every single day, this young boy, multiple times, was brought down to the basement and the boiler and raped, sodomized. Didn't have no father, probably crying out for mama, father, grandma. Nobody can hear this boy. Nobody came and looked for him. And they knew it was going on. Read that again.
Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child.
Or fatherless child. Read on.
If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me.
We crying out to the Lord today. We crying out to the Lord because our brothers and sisters are afflicted. They've been afflicted, and they're going to be afflicted evermore. We crying out to the Lord for judgment upon these men. Judgment upon these nations that afflicted the fatherless.
Bring it out.
That afflicted the widows. That afflicted the motherless. Judgment upon these nations.
Right.
Read.
I will surely hear their cry, and my wrath shall wax hot.
My wrath shall wax hot.
And I will kill you with the sword.
The Lord said he going to repay vengeance. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So you so-called Native Indians who think, you think that you don't have a God. You think that you don't have a name. You think that you don't have a culture, a history. Your Bible, this Bible is your history.
That's right.
Your God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel. That's who your God is. And the reason why we going through this, the reason why the Lord brought this thing out to the light, because it's only a speckle.
Right.
It's only a speckle of the facts that's been hidden for centuries. A little bit.
Yep.
The Lord brought this thing out to get your attention.
Yep.
The Lord brought this thing out for you to repent. Learn who you are. Keep God's commandments. You ain't no Native American.
Cap, can I get a point on that real quick? And give me Psalms chapter 50, verse 21. Because that's right. Because the little bit that we know today is enough to have you click and come back and repent and bring yourself back into the Lord. Here's Psalms 50 and verse 21.
The book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 21.
Bring it out.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
So God said, I kept silence. I see that the atrocities that you have done unto the Native Americans, unto Gad. Read on.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such a one as thyself.
Read on.
But I will reprove thee.
God said he gonna correct you. He gonna destroy you. He gonna bring destruction upon Edom. Read.
And set them in order before thine eyes.
With the little information that we know, we're going to be set in order before the eyes of all these nations.
Before the eyes of our enemies.
There you go.
We're going to be set in order before the eyes of our enemies.
Yep.
And how we going to be set in order? From the Lord bringing stuff to light. The prophets using it to teach, wake the people up, planting that seed, the Lord is going to water it.
Yep.
That's right.
You're going to have to repent either way. Because salvation only comes through repentance. You want peace? Repent. You want vengeance? Because I know the Native American Indians, so-called, God calls Gad and Reuben and so-called Spanish, they big on vengeance.
Oh, yeah.
When you look into the history of the Native American Indians, they were huge on fighting back.
Yep.
They couldn't kill us.
For real.
They couldn't kill us, man. We was ruthless.
They had to think of different ways.
Yeah, we was ruthless.
Boarding schools and stuff like that. They really.
That's why they say, damn, we cannot kill these people physically.
600 treaties.
We have to do it spiritually.
Right.
Let's destroy the Indian but save the man because that man is great. Let's destroy the Indian but save the man because that man has, what they call it, character. Hey! His body is meant for war.
Right.
His mind is meant for building, for power. He got a godlike mind. So let's kill the Indian side of him, turn him into a white man.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's heavy.
Go back to the article. We almost done with the article. We're going to move on. For the video. Go ahead.
I think it's very, very possible that children did die here, but we'll never know. It's just I've heard too many different stories for it to be all lies. If they're not buried here, they're probably buried somewhere on the property. And it's just one of those things that in time we may come across it. But this we can investigate. If there's any truth to it, if there's anything in there, just from the people that I know, from the survivors that I know, that say that, yeah, they remember this being something. And you don't just put a window at the bottom of a basement for no reason. I like finding old friends, and Winnie is what I know her by from the residential school, the Mohawk Institute. When we first went in there, my sister and I were separated into groups, and I had one older girl that took me under her wing, and my sister Dawn, Winnie looked after her.
Well, I don't, when I was there, I don't even remember going there. I don't even remember the people picking me up out of my home. I don't remember that. All I know, I was just there. So then I met this older person, this older girl. She kind of took care of me when I was growing up. And she told me when she's ready to leave, because she was in 12, 13, maybe 14, she said that she was going to ask her mother to come and get me and take me home to be her little sister. But that didn't happen because she got hurt. She got hurt bad. I think somebody hit her on a tree. And I don't know. I think she died, but I'm not really sure. But I don't know. Well, anyway, I've been able to say in the last few years that they killed her. And I was there. I saw what happened to her.
Hey, you hit it right on the head. That's trauma. That sister didn't even want to talk about it. Right. She couldn't even finish her sentence. Yep. She just said, all I got to say is, they killed her and I saw it.
Right. Barely could say that.
Yeah, barely.
She's speaking, you can see it, she's spacing out. So that stuff is coming back to her. It's
coming back to her because she went like two different ways. Right. First she say, well, I think something happened to her with a tree. Somebody hit her in a tree. Then she said, I saw them. They killed her. Think about it. So what they were doing is, you got to understand what the sister just said. The sister said, I graduate. I'm in the 12th grade. I'm about to leave. What they was killing people that was about to leave the damn what they call boarding schools. Right.
Damn!
They was killing them.
Man.
You're like, nah, you can't leave because you're gonna leak everything that's happening.
Right.
Think God is not gonna hold you guilty for that?
And you old enough, you're gonna go out and do another killer. Damn. Go ahead, man.
That's messed up.
Sometimes I used to dream of her. She would come to me in a dream, but it hurts to talk about it. Because I remember her when she used to piggyback me on her back, and we'd run and play, and And when I got hurt, she'd pick me up and she'd give me a hug and tell me not to cry. Like, why would she be doing that now? After they smashed her in the tree. You know that sound? Sometimes you can hear it on TV on the murder shows. That sound, that's a sound. Even if a glass breaks today, I'll scream. And then sometimes my family gets mad at me. I said, well, I can't help it. I said, it's the sound. It scares me and makes me yell loud like
Bro, stop. Bro.
That's trauma, bro. That's
Remember,
crazy.
She said
That's
this happened when she was a little girl. She's old.
Right.
And she said to this day, when she hear a glass break, she screamed because it reminded her of the sound that the sister made when she was getting smashed up against the damn tree.
It's crazy.
So I mean, they took this sister and smashed her against the
bones was breaking.
Yeah.
Sound.
Skulls broke. What they call it? Fractured.
Right.
Damn. That's heavy, bro.
Yeah.
That's some heavy stuff.
Esau the damn
bro,
devil.
Esau the devil, man. Esau the devil. And let me get Deuteronomy, man. Then we're going to go to commercials, bro. Deuteronomy 28. Bro, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. To this day.
That's horrible, man.
Yeah, my family gets mad at me, but I can't help it.
Post-traumatic slave
There you
syndrome.
go. PTSD. That's PTSD. What I say? Get Deuteronomy 28 and verse 67.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28.
66. Bring it out.
And verse 66. And
65.
Verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no Eve.
God says he was going to scatter you, and amongst these nations you ain't find no Eve. Read on.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. Even in your old age,
right,
you still can't have rest.
Yep.
You was in boarding school 60, 50 years ago, and you 70, 60, 80 years old, and you still going through the same atrocities in your brain. PTSD. Lord said, you ain't going to have no rest. Read on.
But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart.
How that trembling heart? That trembling heart will come from the atrocities that we've been through. That trembling heart will come from verse 49, verse 46, verse 48. How the Lord was going to bring a nation against you, a fierce countenance. That's going to give you that trembling heart. Read.
But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart.
Go ahead.
And failing of eyes.
Failing of eyes.
And sorrow of mind.
There you go. Boom.
Sorrow
of mind.
Damn.
80 years old.
Right.
90 years old. From a child.
Your mind still traumatized from that.
Remember, the sister say she don't remember how she got to the school.
Right.
All she remembers that she was at the school. She don't remember how she got to school, but she remembers 50, 60 years later on the sound. The sound of her friend being murdered.
Right.
You know how heavy that is? You remember a sound?
Damn.
That's some heavy
crazy,
stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's not like you remember a face. That's easy. I remember a smell. That's easy. You remember a sound. You ever tell you that sound? Boom. Flashback.
That's crazy, man.
That's that. So read that again.
That's real trauma.
But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling of heart.
A trembling of heart.
And failing of eyes.
Failing of eyes.
And sorrow of mind.
Sorrow of mind. Some people be sorrow of mind. So, hey, man, y'all, hey, brothers, share these videos, man, to the so-called Native American Indians, Hispanics, and Seminole Indians, who God calls Israel. Share this stuff, man. This is the history that needs to come out. We can't push this stuff under the rug.
Right, for real.
You know, we can't sweep it. We can't allow Esau to just sweep this under the rug. And we ain't going to do it here on the Native Hour. We going to tell you the truth.
That's right.
We going to let you know.
We're going to sound that trumpet.
We going to sound it.
Just like the Most High said.
Yeah, we going to let you know. We ain't sweeping this under the rug.
Bring it out.
Every week we going to bring this out. Every week we going to bring some out about this atrocity.
Right.
Every week.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.